Welcome back to Trump Triumphant. This is Trump Triumphant number 2. This is the only time I really just do a condensed political video because you know where I'm at. And I'm going to do I'm going to do little mini segments from like covering 2015, 2016 all the way to 2024 as to how I got from where I was on the left to the right. Yeah, but for right now, let's take a look at some of these tweets that I did throughout the week. Kamala 2028 insiders reveal, according to Laura Loomer and Daily Mail, Harris may still have her sights set on the White House. She wants to light another $1 billion on fire, says Laura. And I said, that's at least 14,285 Tiffany necklaces instead. Because, you could buy 14,000 Tiffany necklaces instead of just going and doing another stupid campaign. Like Tim Walz reminded me too much of the other guy that Hillary Clinton had as her VP pick. Okay. Elon Musk, this is an end wokeness thing that Elon Musk retweeted and I reposted. Our system is broken. So India has 640 million votes counted in a day. Argentina has 99.9% of their 27 million ballots counted within 6 hours. So let me see, Lake County, California. Let me see if I can just show a little bit more. Lake County, California, 60% of their 25,000 ballots counted in 19 plus days. So, yeah, we have to fix the system. I mean, we're off to a good start. We recalled mayors. California is starting to get a little redder, and we're just tired. We gave the blue people a chance. We gave Gavin Newsom a chance. Look what happens when you let the quote unquote self-proclaimed good guys win. And here I thought Neil deGrasse Tyson was cool. No. So Elon says, wow, they really don't get it. Mars is critical to the long-term survival of consciousness. Also, I'm not going to ask any venture capitalists for money. I realize that makes no sense as an investment. That's why I'm gathering resources. So I don't know if the whole Mars thing is going to work. Maybe he's watched too many Martian movies. I can make fun of Elon. See, I can make fun of people on the right, but I don't do it. I do it to roast. I don't do it out of anger or hatred or fear or misinformation. A lot of people do. They do it out of fear, misinformation, and anger and hate. And I don't misplace that. But Neil deGrasse Tyson has really, he's starting to fall into that Bill Nye territory, isn't he? So he says, he criticizes Elon's plan. Bill Maher says, can Elon Musk realistically send humans to Mars? And Neil says, I have strong views on that. For him, let's just say, let's go to Mars because it's the next thing to do. What does the venture capitalist meeting look like? So he's kind of being dismissive about the whole thing. Oh yeah, there's what's her face? I remember her. She's from what is it? She's from Meet the Press. Yeah, Meet the Press with Chuck Todd. Donna Brazil, I think. Get your ass to Mars. So Elon says, this is another repost. So after Trump won the popular vote, Insurrection Barbie says, the Electoral College, all 7 swing states, majorities in both chambers of Congress, and the most minority support in decades, Republicans in the Senate, pick Thune to be majority leader. Whoever thwarts the will of the people will lose either their primary or their midterm election itself. The people have made their will crystal clear. And I posted this, he posted that within 2 seconds, okay? I said, we will become the apocalypstitution. So instead of a constitution, we'll be the apocalypstitution. It's the apocalypse. Because in that case, it's the worst case scenario. Elon Musk says here, whoever thwarts, so I reposted this, Vivek Ramaswamy, government overspending is the ultimate cause of inflation. Funny how people forget that no matter how many times you remind them. Oh no, but racism more important. Racism and sexism is more important than fixing the economy and trying to ask too much for minimum wage or fear mongering that the minimum wage isn't good enough. That's the problem. Federal government overspending is what causes inflation. Yeah, I mean, it's just, and teaching us to spend better too. What do we need to spend money on? What don't we need to spend money on? We're good businesses that we go from. So we're trying to figure this out with the debt ceiling and all that. I mean, remember the $1 trillion debt. There's a meme of Elon Musk and Trump Jr. and RFK taking over MSNBC. I think that's what they deserve. I saw something. Now, Like when we think of Megyn Kelly, she got fired off of NBC Today show for comments about the Halloween. I went back to watch that actually because of what she said 2 days ago, 3 days ago. She said that now the Megyn Kelly show makes way more money than all of NBC combined and Comcast. But she had to apologize for wrong comments on Halloween way back in 2017 or 2018. Yeah, 2018 of Halloween. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm sorry, I was wrong. And I'm like, God, man, it's like the gun to her head. But now she makes way more money. Remember I told you the cool in school attitude. I'm so cool in school. That means you're cool in school today. But next year, you're going to find the fuck out, aren't you? We'll see what happens tomorrow morning. You look cool in front of your cool friends. And then you thought, oh, yeah, I fucked up, didn't I? It's like people don't think about these things. Now, Matt Gaetz is out. Um, I responded to this post. I said, clean up the Congress corruption. This whole Me Too attack on people. Now, I don't know the man personally. Is it entirely possible Matt Gaetz, who kind of looks like Michael Shannon, the one who played General Zod? Uh, is it entirely possible Matt Gaetz did any stupid shit? Yeah, it's possible. This is the thing I kind of thought about too. When you're a guy, if you're a handsome dude, and he is a handsome dude, right? And you have a lot of girl friends, women friends, lady friends, okay, that are usually platonic. If you do wrong things against their beliefs, it's possible those platonic friends won't be your friends for much longer and they'll turn on you. That could happen. That's not something based on something I read. It's just that I think that that's the dangers of being the handsome dude getting a lot of girls walking with him. You know, like if you betray them at any point, even if you know you're not betraying them, they say, "Oh, believe what I vote for who I want you to vote for, or else sign up to this group, join this cult, or else." Then the else is going to be a very bad day for you. So I mean, Sunny Hostin had to deliver that legal note. She had to do that because there were all those women on The View were talking shit. So that gets to be a bit toxic. It is, and this whole thing is toxic. But I don't go by the Me Too narratives or accusations anymore. Matt Gaetz is still on social media. He's still out there. If Elon Musk, because he doesn't, they have a CEO and a new CEO. If Elon Musk and the CEO of X felt that Matt Gaetz was a danger, he wouldn't be back. He would not still be on here. Just saying. And in case you missed my short, The Last Jedi, The Way It Really Ends. Now, this is the thing I'll say. Blue Sky, I mean, Jay Graber, thought she was cool, trying to create this safe haven. Um, it's not, Blue Sky is not 2006 Twitter. It's not even Ashton Kutcher Twitter, okay? Blue Sky is 2015 Twitter, when everybody's still making death threats. I mean, you can make death threats on Trump's life on Blue Sky, and everybody just loves you. They just want to follow you. I'm like, what kind of human beings are we, okay? You know what I imagine? Because, I mean, I still think of Dark Blue Monkey, who left Twitter for Blue. I could say his name more now because he's not even on X anymore. He's not even on there anymore. His account does not exist. I imagine you go onto Blue Sky. It's this big white pop-up tent in the park, the size of a mansion, and Kamala Harris just won the election. Tim Walz just won the election. Everybody, they're new president and vice president. Trump and his team died in a horrible plane crash. And the only dating services that are available are dating furries and they, them people. And everybody's wearing weird rainbow costumes and jumping around with big soy mouths up like, ha ha, ho ho, ho ho, right? I think that's Blue Sky. Is like, just imagine going to a place like that and everybody just looks like not natural at all, like just like some sort of alternate human being that is not human being. Like okay, like all the police are rounded up, and we have private security now, being the police, and it's like we love everything, and they're oh god. Here, Elon Musk says the right to bear arms, just don't arm bears. That's a good one. I am Irony Man. I say you are Battle Man. Uh, Elon says, even if we fail at creating a Mars colony that can grow without continuous support from Earth, uh, The absurdly ambitious nature of the goal nonetheless results in the creation of alien level technology that is crushingly better than competitors who merely aim for Earth orbit. Yeah, or what about Mars orbit? So it's strange because this is my response too. I said, can we have some Ninja Turtles on that colony? Let's have some Ninja Turtles because in the Turtles arcade game, the second one, Turtles in Time, the Turtles go to the year 2100, and then there's this big Mars colony. I tried to find the level, but you have to get the whole arcade game on Let's Plays. So there's this really cool Mars colony that's outside the windows when they start to fight, and you hear the Turtles theme, and they're gonna go fight Krang in a UFO, but it's really neat. I like the whole theme. So the painting here, this AI painting, looks just like the colony when the turtles go to the future. That's what I thought. I see. I have my own take on things. There's a couple of other ones. Vivek says, rules for thee, not for me. Thousands of IRS employees and contractors literally aren't paying their own taxes. Senator John Ernest audited the IRS and found they owed nearly 50 million. The government-wide number of employee unpaid taxes is over 1.5 billion. Wow, the hypocrisy. Yeah, that's a lot of like. This is where you got to clean up. What is Vivek is constantly saying, "Shut it down, shut it down." We gotta figure out something. Dapper detectives. So this is Jesus Alberto Pereira Castillo. Yeah, how many names, right? This is a Venezuelan who crossed illegally into the U.S. under Kamala Harris and has been arrested in Denver, Colorado, for raping a 14-year-old girl. Denver's sanctuary city mayor has vowed to block Trump's ICE from deporting these people on January 20th. Um, I think it's a matter of Supreme Courts getting in there, making sanctuary cities. I mean, it's the sanctuary cities may hold up, but then it's at some point, it's like you have to get what? Who do you get? You have to get the National Guard. I mean, that's all. The military has to get in there. So now you have to get the four-star general on your side. I Trump has not. I mean, I don't know how. Do you nominate a four-star general? What do you do? What would Colin Powell do? But yeah, you need the four-star generals in there. There's a nice cup. This is Buckeyes. Yeah, that's cool. Mrs. Vivek. Congratulations to Marty Makari, nomination as commissioner of the FDA. Great. I don't know much about this person. Not much bad is said. So hopefully that works out. Okay, so this is November 18th. Uh, According to Data Hazard, Fantasil, in 2022, the Federal Government Accountability Office found 247 billion in improper payments made across 82 programs, including 81 billion from Medicaid and 47 billion from Medicare. 250 billion in 1 year that they know about and publicly reported. That's just the tip of the iceberg, Elon says. The actual fraud and waste in government spending is much higher. Fuck. Yeah, too much spending. Like, just like, think of what we could do with just natural. I mean, I know my grandmother used to have natural remedies with like, aloe, like aloe, aloe, the kind of thing you use in like facial creams and stuff, like using like aloe as medicine for your teeth and stuff like that. I don't know if it actually worked, but using natural remedies, not Kevin Trudeau's nonsense, but like just natural herbs and remedies and using that, just like what do we use instead of medications all the time? We're always so dependent. I have to depend on my medicine for my bleeding disorder. There's more bad spending. Feds blew 267 million fighting misinformation, quote unquote, under Biden. So Doge is going to fix that, I hope. And because it's Thanksgiving's coming up Thursday, somebody said, well, there was another tweet I saw that the guy, and Elon Musk reposted this. So the guy's not used to be good friends with his neighbor, great friends, just like Dark Blue Monkey and I were friends, or Scamlines when I were friends on Twitter. And then once he found out that his neighbor was voting for Trump, he decided not to be friends with him anymore. And Elon says more than half of American voters voted for Trump. He won the popular vote by decisive margin. Cutting someone off just because they voted for the other candidate is closed-minded and just plain mean. Yeah, I mean, don't do that. I mean, it's bad enough that they were going to arrest people on Thanksgiving in 2020, right? I said my family members were closed-minded, selfish, corrupt assholes long before, when Biden was just a plagiarizing congressman and Trump had his board game in the Taj Mahal, which became the Hard Rock Cafe. That Taj Mahal, that is now the Hard Rock Cafe, is massive. I think it's a Hard Rock Casino and Cafe. It's a fucking massive place. It is a massive place. I don't know if Mar-a-Lago. I get the feeling Mar-a-Lago is small compared to the Taj Mahal, which I'll call it that because I'm an old fart. But that place is massive in size. I don't. They would never tear that down, but they would convert it, right? So I have my Thanksgivings alone now. Too much abuse and bullying. So I have my own reasons that are not political reasons. But I always thought if my family wanted to become more famous, they become the Democrats. At least this generation of Democrats. The View may get canceled. James Woods is like, no, it's the only true comedy left on TV. I said, no, James, there's another at Mad Flavor. We can get Joey Diaz on. We could have brutal armored combat. Okay, we could have armored combat instead of if we put on armored mixed martial arts instead of The View. Who would watch it? Who would watch that time slot? The View. Terrence Williams says The View is looking for a conservative woman Trump supporter to help them save the show. It's flopping and ratings are down. Didn't they kick Meghan McCain out? Why are they bothering? Because Meghan used to be on that View, and now she's friends with Tulsi Gabbard. So that should tell you something's not right. So I'm telling you, it's all coming full circle, just like the Halloween incident for Megyn Kelly. And this is Dr. Jeanette Nasawat. She is deeply honored and humbled by the nomination to serve as Surgeon General of the United States. Thank you, Mr. President. So that's not too bad. Make America healthy again. That's great. So hopefully she does a great job. I still think of what was his name? Everett Koop, the Surgeon General from way back when. Oh, I remember that. I remember. There's just different people way back then. Things have changed a lot in all these years, all these decades. Just going from Carter to Reagan to Bush Senior and all that. It's just, but we're paying attention now. I think that before of all these different people getting nominated. Terrence also says, should Elon Musk buy MSNBC? How about TikTok too? Like buy that as well. And let's take a look at the Trump team. Let's take a look very closely. I have to get an image here. So if we can see that. So this is the team, okay? So we got Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles. We got Deputy Chief of Staff, Dan Scavino. Stephen Miller is Deputy Chief of Staff. Can't really see what else it says here. We got different Chiefs of Staff. Taylor Budovich, James Blair. Now, these are all the nominees on this side. And we ain't going to see that very well, but we'll do our best. You got John Ratcliffe for CIA, Mike Waltz for National Security Advisor, Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence, Elise Stefanik as UN Ambassador, Tom Homan as the Border Czar, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy as Government Efficiency, that's the Doge. More nominees. You got Marco Rubio as Secretary of State. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Pete Haskett, who's under a little bit of hot water for defense. Pam Bondi, who is replacing Matt Gaetz for Attorney General. Matt Gaetz is not out of the game completely, but he's going to do something. Doug Burgum is Interior. Howard Lutnick as Commerce. Christy Novi as Homeland Security. Robert Kennedy Jr., Health and Human Services. Chris Wright is Energy. Sean Duffy is Transportation. Doug Collins, Veterans Affairs. Linda McMahon, Education. And Lee Zeldin as EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. And I remember that The View criticized Linda McMahon for lying about having a degree in education. Everybody lies. I applied for a job in the library as some sort of on a senior staff. Now, I didn't lie, say that I had all the qualifications. I just applied for the job. And I was at a time when we had the lockdowns and, the library wasn't even fucking open. Like, who was going to stick around, who not? So I threw my hat. I took a chance. I took a risk. I threw my hat in the ring. But didn't lie and say that I had all these qualifications. I just applied for the job. That's it. And then when I applied for library aid, then they told me that I wasn't even going to get an interview. I wasn't going to even get looked at. That's how fucked up the system is. When you're trying to get somewhere in your life, and it's like trying to get the third Monopoly piece to win the prize at McDonald's. Somehow you have to fucking lose, even though there's no logical reasoning behind the losing. Like, somehow lose. That's why I get angry. That's the stuff that burns me up in a personal note. I want the system to work for me. I think somebody said that apprenticeships work really well. They should work well. Being an apprentice, having the system work for you where you could do a trade. I think Linda McMahon said it, but I would not want to work to. If I'm going to go back to blue collar work, it's got to be closer to home, and it can't be too much. It really can't. That's about because I don't have a wife and kids. I don't need to do that much. What I did for Universal Studios Hollywood was too much of more than what I need to do. I would say just do like 6 to 8 hours, a few days, and not far from home. That's my feeling on it. Wait, Trump's not racist. He's got an African American or a person of color to his cabinet. See what's happening there? Lots of things. Joe Biden is MIA. Kamala Harris is MIA. Who's running? Dr. Jill's running the country. Dr. Jill Biden. Uh, so here we're talking about the mayor running a sanctuary city, protecting illegal immigrants. I don't recall any mayor doing that because I don't live in Denver. If we have to start recalling these mayors. That's a message for you, for our Los Angeles mayor. Okay, if you don't shape up, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get recalled too. Downsizing the federal government, according to Vivek, requires a team effort, and we need strong pro-constitution warriors like Mike Lee in the Senate. Looking forward to working with the Senate. We need to reform that government. Starlink. All I think of Starlink is Battle for Atlas. I gotta find my Starlink video game. Starlink gives you super fast. Starlink Mini gives you super fast internet almost everywhere in the world and fits in a backpack. So Starlink Mini is compact, fits in a backpack, and connects within minutes. Let me see what this looks like, actually. I didn't actually see. This post. Oh, here it is. Like, this post is unavailable. What do you mean? That would be problematic. Okay, so this is it. So this is the Starlink mini internet. So you could go out in the woods. You can go out to Mojave. You can go out to Death Valley and have your internet work out there in Death Valley. You can go to Antarctica, but maybe it won't work in Antarctica. Here it's like, yeah, Elon wants to buy MSNBC. Megyn Kelly says, oh my God, do it. But I said, Megan's sexy national broadcasting company. I think it's better if Megan got it, that she could allow all the Halloween conversations to happen, right? This is a retweet from Matt Gaetz. Russell's a weapon against the bureaucratic state. So Russell Thurlow Vaught from the great state of Virginia as the director of the United States Office of Management and Budget. So you got to have somebody to watch that money. So let's see if that turns out all right. Laura says, what does everyone think of the cabinet picks thus far? How are you feeling about the Oz? I don't know how I feel about Dr. Oz, though. That's the only person I'm weary about. And here's a not related to politics, but it's Joey Diaz says, it's Friday. Time to see the devil. Time to see the dragon, right? Oh, my God. So all kinds, 7.2 grams. What is all that? Mike Solana wants, why are we literally paying violent foreign criminals to live here? Elon says, if you want to know the real answer, it's because almost every one of them wants to become citizens will vote Democrat. And I think that's what happened with 2020. Criminals vote overwhelmingly Democrat because they are the soft on crime party. This is a fact. Oh, yeah. No, I know this one. Just look at California. Look what happened. There's the lovely Pam Bondi. I said, gentrify East Los. That's all I said. Stone and Pam Bondi. It looks like Bob Barker. It looks like Bob Barker. That's what I said. It's like barely saw you. I thought it was Bob Barker somehow. Anyway. So Jared Kushner's the one that's helping pick the Trump picks. Dr. Oz. I'm just having my reservations about Dr. Oz. Here I kind of shit on Ted Cruz. He was taking a vacation flight to Cancun because that's why he missed the vote. So obviously Ellen DeGeneres has fled to the UK. We're getting spoiled too early. It's not even Christmas Eve, Tara. That's what's happening. So goodbye, Ellen. Ellen mean on Ellen's show. That's why Drew Barrymore took over. And a lot happened, like
Chris Siva, my voice of Conquer. What happened to Chris? What happened to you? It's abomination. Oh no.
And then SpaceX, they did some demos. This is also what I said. I said this too about butterflies and blue skies. X takes place in the real world and uh, in the virtual world. There are people who left who are considering moving to Blue Sky and abandoning X. Do not let your hate towards the Trump administration be the product of the declarations of corrupt-minded newscasters and poorly educated friends. Be like a college student. Do the research, which is very true. And look what these people do on Blue Sky. This is their behavior. And then we have the mayor, the governor race of 2026. Uh, obviously, you know who we're going to vote. We don't, we condone Mr. Grant Cardone. Uh, you could win just like Larry Elder. Problem is, elections are rigged and millions of illegals vote in California. Fix that first. I said no rigged election would recall mayors. It's that simple. So I think we're getting there. So I think Gavin Newsom's been fun. So has Mr. What's his face, Jerry Brown. But I think it's time to get somebody else in there. Don't you? Just know it's their fault. MSNBC is going down the tubes. And I shall check this notification. I don't get many notifications on here. Let's see. Oh, Kate Beckinsale, Beckinsale. What? Okay. I don't think it's Kate Beckinsdale, but private Kate Beckinsale. Beckinsdale? Isn't that Kate Beckinsdale? Anyway. 330, yeah, it's not the real Kate Beckinsdale, but I'll show you my followers so far. So 81 followers on my end. I'm a little sad Kate Beckinsdale didn't follow me, but that's okay. So we're trying to figure it out. Every week we'll look at things and we'll get it sorted out because we have to, because we're trying to do better. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen tonight, but every day, every week, every year is progress for Trump, but progress for us. So tune in next week and see what progress comes about.